Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Gadsden City Council meeting on February the 3rd. I'd like to remind everyone, please make sure all cell phones are turned to the off or vibrate position. Also, please be advised our City Council meetings are broadcast on Comcast Channel 99, AT&T Uverse, and the City of Gadsden YouTube channel. And I didn't mute my phone. Look, I'm guilty. Look at this. And it's a spam risk. Imagine that. Oh, let's answer it and put it on the thing. Craig Ford's office. How could I help you?
You're late on the debt.
Hello?
You qualify for a $250,000 line of credit.
They hung up. I can't believe it.
Just press 1.
All right, y'all. See, that's why you got to mute your phone. You'll get a spam risk call when you're telling people to mute their phones so they won't get a spam call. So there you go. All
We
right.
all fall short of the glory, Mr. President.
Don't we, though? I had my hair combed real nice and everything, and now look what happened. Okay. All right, well, now this meeting of the Gadsden City Council will now come to order. The chair calls on City Clerk Ivan Nelson for the roll call.
Councilwoman Latham. Present. Councilman Smith.
Here.
Councilman Avery.
Here.
Councilman Back.
I'm here.
Councilman Wilson.
Here.
Councilwoman Menatra.
Here.
And Councilman Robinson.
Here.
We have a quorum present and our meeting is open for business. I'm going to ask Councilman Smith to lead the invocation. Please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us look to the Lord. Father, we come to you the humblest way we know how. We come with bowed heads and humble hearts, realizing we need you for absolutely everything. On today, we dare not lean to our own understanding, but we need your wisdom, your knowledge, your guidance to help us to lead the citizens of our great city. Lord, we lift up our nation, our state, and our city. Thank you for our mayor, our council, every department head, and even on this meeting today. We thank you for your Holy Spirit's leading, guiding, and direction. We ask it all in the matchless name of our risen Lord and Savior, Jesus. We pray, and all that agreed said amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the work session and council meeting held on January 27th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Those opposed, motion carries to approve minutes.
Item 6, the chair will entertain a motion to ratify payment of accounts for the week of January 23rd through the 29th.
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to ratify payment of the accounts.
Item 7 is reserved for proclamations and commendations and recognition of guests. Mayor Ford?
Yes, sir. We have one, and I'll ask John to go to the podium, please. And before he goes, he has a resolution to present. And after that, we want to introduce a special guest, Mr.
Okay.
President.
You want to do we'll do both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, as the city of Gadsden, and we kind of have the marketing team, and we try to be that cutting edge, that trendy type of city, not just one that just sits back and is kind of boring. So we picked up on some things this morning that we wanted to recognize. The Mama Cat at Lowe's had been displaced from the store and has been rehomed by one of the employees based on a customer's complaint. So I talked to the mayor today and the marketing team, and we would like to name today as Mama Feline Cat Day from Lowe's for the city of Gadsden. So I'll read the resolution and then I'll bring up our guest and introduce him real quick. So approximately 5 years, a cat affectionately known as Mama Cat resided of the Lowe's Home Improvement shared here in Gadsden. Mama Cat became familiar, beloved presence with customers and community members, earning recognition as the hardest work and often described as the best part of visiting Lowe's here in Gadsden. Mama Cat was formally recognized by the establishment for her service as a pest control quality assurance for the store, and I'm assuming that has something to do with mice control. Through her consistent persistence, Mama Cat fostered a sense of goodwill, comfort, and community connection, reflecting the unique character and spirit of the city of Gadsden. So today, Mayor Ford would like to recognize Mama Cat and would like to declare February the 3rd as Mama Cat Day here in the city of Gadsden.
Amen.
That's right.
All right.
So, Mr. President, if you didn't know, Jane Spann posted about it this morning.
Yeah.
This thing's
it's
gone
actually been a
viral,
fairly,
so it's
pretty-
gone crazy. But we're proud to support Mama Cat.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we always want to make sure we recognize Mama Cat. So as Farkin with our marketing team, I'm going to invite Solomon Shadracks to come up. I'm going to introduce you to him. He's part of our new marketing team. He is our videographer that we just recently hired on here in Gadsden, and he's coming from Oxford, Alabama. And he has several qualities that we were looking for when we were looking for a videographer. He's going to bring the upscale. He's going to uplift our marketing team with the amount of videos and the quality of videos and the ability he has with After Effects and with our software, Adobe software that we use to edit. So far he has done a great job. His quick turnaround and speed has been just phenomenal for us. But I'm going to introduce Solomon. You want to say anything?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Solomon. I just want to say, you all have been very welcoming and nice to me. It's been meant a lot to me. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited to see, what going forward. Thank you all.
So, Mr. President, he took Garrett's spot. Garrett left for further his career with Jacksonville State, and we miss Garrett, but we welcome Solomon.
Wonderful. Welcome, Solomon.
All right, and so our next guest is Miss Libby Franklin, and she comes from Senator Katie Britt's office, and she is going to be our new field rep. And so we've been upstairs meeting with her for the last hour, getting to hear some exciting things that are going on in Washington and going through exciting things that we have going on here in Gadsden and ways that we can merge and maybe help each other. So I'm going to introduce Miss Katie Franklin and let her tell a little bit about herself.
Libby.
My name is not Katie Franklin. It's Libby Franklin.
Wait a minute, you don't work for Libby Britt?
Yeah, I don't work for Libby Britt. Hi. So I'm originally from Orange Beach, Alabama, and I just took this job back in September. I'm super excited to visit Gadsden, and they're going to give me a lovely tour today. I don't have a good story like Mama Cat, but that is very interesting. But it's so nice to meet y'all, and if there's anything we could ever do, please let me know, and I'll have them share my contact information and my email myself with you guys, and if y'all need anything, just let us know.
Libby, I just want to say on behalf of the city, as we go through and at some point when we request some complex policy help, this is the first time in my 7 years on the council that we've honored an animal. I just want you to know that.
Yeah, I'm glad I could be here today. This is why they actually wanted me here, I think.
This is not regular activity.
Yes.
I mean, we have...
And a senator's field rep
I
in
will
the same
never
day.
forget this.
Right, yeah.
I will never forget this
Well,
day.
and to top it all off, for those of you my age or a little bit older, I thought we were honoring Mama Cass.
Yeah.
For a long time, I was like, well, she's been dead a long time, but okay, I'll go with it. She was a good singer, but it's so that's great.
So Libby's
Mama
been
Cat.
very helpful with us upstairs. She's talked about our last year's appropriations request, which we feel confident that the South Gadsden Drainage Project was funded in the tune of $6 million. And it's a $20 million project. It's kind of in the Flatwoods. Somebody out in the audience understands the Flatwoods. But it'll be a good drainage project, and it's something that we're excited about. It wasn't on our radar screen, and I told Libby this because of the price of the project. So this will catapult that project to the next project we take care of as far as a drainage issue. The other thing she was talking to us is about our future request, and Senator Britt is on appropriations, which we're very fortunate to have her on appropriations. She also chairs Homeland Security, so she's got her hands full, so keep her in her prayers. Thank you, Libby.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mayor
thank
Floyd.
y'all.
Thank you and welcome. Okay, that'll take care of agenda item 7. At this time, the chair will entertain a motion to recess the council meeting in order to conduct the work session.
So moved.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to recess the council meeting, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries for the recess.
Okay, we're at agenda item 9. The chair will entertain a motion to reconvene the council meeting.
So moved.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to reconvene the council meeting, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to reconvene.
Item 10 is unfinished business. We have none today. Item 11 is a resolution authorizing special use permit to AT&T This is for modification of their equipment at the existing wireless telecommunication facility located at 309 7th Avenue East. The chair will entertain a motion to adopt this resolution. Is there any discussion? All right, I know we have, David is with us from our consultant. If anybody has any questions? If not,
No.
clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
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 Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Item 12 is new business. We have quite a few this morning. We'll start with Councilman Wilson. Do you want to kick us off?
Yes, sir. I have a few here. The first is a unique resolution. This is a resolution opposing House Bill 349 in the state legislature, introduced by Representative Lipscomb, that would seek to create the Hortons Bend Agricultural Protection Act, define the boundaries of the protected Horton Bend community area, and specify the activities which are permitted and prohibited within the protected area. And for several reasons, legally, personally, functionally, the city of Gadsden opposes this. This would essentially prevent any portion of Hortons Bend to be annexed or included into another municipality. And to be clear, I'm not just talking about the city of Gadsden. It would limit the Hortons Bend ability to further extend their relationship with Rainbow City or Southside or any other contiguous municipality that's currently there. It's an interesting attempt, I guess, to create a constitutional amendment in the state legislature that would preserve, quote unquote, preserve the Hortons Bend area as a protected agricultural area. But what it functionally would do is limit the rights of every property owner in Hortons Bend to be able to develop their land or sell their land. It would have massive impact on individuals' ability to make any number of different decisions about their private property. And seeing as how this is still America, I don't see how anybody could do this in good faith, especially given some casual conversations that I've had with property owners in Hortons Bend who do enjoy services like fire and police service and water service from neighboring municipalities. This would restrict and limit all of those things while also severely restricting the private property owners and their ability to make decisions about what they want to do with their own property. So for all those reasons, this resolution would be an official letter from the mayor and the Gadsden City Council opposing that legislation. This would be accompanied by an opposition from several other neighboring municipalities, including Rainbow City. I believe the county commission plans to oppose this process as well. So if there's no objection, I'd like to go ahead and suspend the rules and approve this opposition letter to make sure that our representatives in Montgomery understand our position on this, given that despite working with some of this particular Representative Lipscomb several times, we were not afforded not even as much as a phone call before this bill was introduced. So we have no choice but to communicate through our resolutions and legislative body as well. So if there's no opposition, I'd like to get this letter signed and submitted to the legislature as soon as possible.
Second.
All right. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today as an item of new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed,
I'm going
Motion-
to abstain, and I'm going to explain my abstention. If I could, Mr. President.
Yes, please do.
I agree with holistically from the broader scale of what Councilman Wilson stated. As I continue to read, I read in Section 3A some concerns that I had some conversations with some of the residents. Still, the way that this is put together, for me, it's confusing because of what Councilman Wilson has explained. But then when you get into Section 3A, then it kind of individualized some of the things that I've had discussions about that, in my opinion, shouldn't have been brought and presented in the way that the representative introduced it. I think there's another way that it could have been introduced to where that it builds this, AKA wall between us of what they're trying to do. So as I kept reading, I just kind of, it brought out some points to what I've had some conversations for. So I want no vote on it because I'm a little confused on why it's presented this way from his standpoint compared to the residents. I think for the resident, the three that I spoke to, they're more, 3A is more of their concern compared to what the broader scale of this, the way that it's written.
Okay, so now you mentioned no vote. Are you saying that?
I'm abstaining from
It's not going to
from
vote?
it.
Okay,
No,
you haven't
it goes
decided.
through.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
yeah, right, okay.
But I'm just because of, again, I have had conversations that makes 3A, that was their concern. 3A, 1, 2, maybe 3, that area is their concern compared to how the bill is written.
Can you tell me what 3A is? I don't know.
Well, I won't read it all but what 3A is, it goes into like multifamily residential structures included, high-density single-family residential developments for the purpose of this section, density configurations and physical characteristics, residential development. Those concerns that was brought to me is that that's what they did not want. But in this, it excludes even that. And so if you remember when we did the annexation, the gentleman came and he mentioned that the type of homes that they were building. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think the way that this House bill, in the way what they're doing, AKA building the wall, is the way to present it, if that's what they're trying to also eliminate. I feel like they went too broad instead of just going to.
Well, and Mr. President, if I could, just to Councilman Avery, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, but it kind of proves my point. I don't represent Hortons Bend. I don't care what those people in Hortons Bend want or don't want. They need to be talking to their representative about what they want or don't want. And when you do something like this and pigeonhole yourself, you don't get the luxury of coming to a local municipal body and having them represent you to the legislature. Hortons Bend's on their own for now. And that's one of the downsides of not being affiliated with a local municipality in any way. And they need to reach out to their representative and make sure that they're communicating effectively with what they want to see in a piece of legislation. Yeah. To Councilman Robinson's earlier point, and to Councilman Back's earlier point, you don't get to eat your cake and have it too.
So, Mr. President, can I say something?
You sure can, Mayor.
So to Councilman Avery, I'm not sure if you're for or against this, to be honest with you, but I think you're against it.
No. I mean, my against vote would have been no. So what I'm saying is I'm confused on how why they're doing the Agriculture Protection Act when 3A, because of what I've heard from the residents that I spoke to, 3A is more what the residents was concerned about. Then I want to say this to let you finish. As Councilman Wilson described earlier, I'm not stepping on your toes or addressing the issue. What I'm doing is say I'm confused about it, but I do understand 3A based on the conversation. So because we come through a body to vote for.
You've been talking to people in Horton Bend.
Well, they have called me. I've had a conversation with someone members of Hortons Bend that I know, and they have mentioned that, hey man, we did this annexation. We're not for it. We moved to Horton Bend because we didn't want to be boxed in the city. We wanted our, spread and didn't want all the traffic and things of that nature.
So for those people, that they won't be. Gadsden can't take something that somebody don't want to come in. I think.
Agree.
Yeah, so they're protected, but this resolution is dangerous. Horton Bend gets their water from the city of Gadsden. This resolution could stop that. Now, they could get their water from Rainbow City, I guess, who buys their water from
St. Clair County.
St. Clair County. Yeah. So, but this resolution, the way I read it, would stop Horton Bend from receiving Gadsden water, which may be what they want, but they're going to have to plan it. They can't just flip the switch. So constitutionally, it may be unconstitutional for the City of Gadsden Water Authority to sell water to Horton Bend. So that is very dangerous for the people of Horton Bend to go without water for 6 to 9 months. So
Well, and that's
just
a good
a thought.
point too, Mr. Mayor, I think, is that when you talk about an agricultural protected area, that also applies a whole lot of EPA regulations about what type of water you can use in that area and what kind of treated, so it may be, but the bottom line to me is, again, and I don't mean any disrespect to the residents of Horton's Bend, but I don't represent the citizens of
We
Horton's Bend.
may want to open up a laundromat at the skating rink right there at the city limits.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think my responsibility as a city councilman is, my perspective is, this is bad on a fundamental principle level for the city of Gadsden. I don't care whether it's about Horton's Bend or anything else. The procedural damage.
So I've
that
already put our
something
fire
like this would
department
do.
on notice, Councilman Wilson, that if this passes, we're no longer allowed to go into Horton Bend Fire District to help assist.
Exactly.
Our police, the same way. I put them on notice. No more. We can't constitutionally. So,
And I don't agree with none of that.
And that's what I'm
making-
saying. My opposition as a city councilman on this letter has nothing to do with what the citizens or the residents of Horton's Bend want. It's about the fundamental principle that this is wrong and it's not good neighborly business. It's just not working well with your neighbors, and it's going to cause some unintended consequences with the way we share services with local municipalities and local areas. That's my thing.
And to be honest with the conversations, I truly believe that some of those residents, even the ones that I've spoken to, really don't care about it. So I mean, I'm abstaining from it from the knowledge that I don't have fully of it. I've sat here and I've been reading the whole thing, and that's why I said it's confusing to me in the way that they went forward. And so I'm still grasping this. Again, this is introduced and we're having a discussion about it today. So I'm abstaining from it. I'm not saying that I do not support it. I agree with the mayor in the sense of if this passed, we will not be providing our fire and our police assistance. I agree with understanding from your standpoint, Councilman Wilson, and then I also agree that these are residents of Councilman Back. Again, at the end of the day, we're all voting on it. So that's why I didn't have to explain my abstention.
No, I'm glad you did.
I just want to make it clear that I didn't vote yes on it because I want to see a bunch of condos in Horton's Bend. I'm voting no on it because I think it's bad business.
Principle. Only reason
the principle of how you go about doing it.
And again, I pointed that out because of my discussions and my understanding. And so we're on totally different.
So, Mr. President, I think this originated from the project that three developers bought a piece of land that was contiguous with the city of Gadsden, and they wanted to bring it into the city of Gadsden to receive our services. And so we agreed to do that. It was a marriage. It was a mutual agreement. The individual that sold the property to these developers. The developers went through the steps of the Planning Commission and what needed to be done based on our ordinances, and we agreed to bring them in and provide them the services that the City of Gadsden residents get. So it was a win-win deal. And I think everybody up here understands this, but if there is a situation where a piece of land anywhere in the city, Etowah County, that's contiguous to the City of Gadsden, that does not want to come into Gadsden, it's a no-go to begin with. If there's a piece of land that's contiguous that we don't want in, it's a no-go. So it has to be a mutual agreement. Now, I would encourage the people in the county to understand that if there is a landowner that wants to sell something to a mini storage facility, they can put it there. They want to have a hog farm, they can put it there. If they want to have an amusement park, they can put it there. So there are benefits to being into the city limits of Gadsden because we have ordinances, we have animal control, we have police, we have fire. We've been very gracious to work with our other cities, and we'll continue to do that as long as other cities want to work with us. But if the people vote to ostracize themselves from the city of Gadsden, constitutionally, we can't provide them services from the city of Gadsden, and I hate that. I have a lot of friends that live there, and I would hate to know that their house was on fire, that we'd have to stop at the city limits and not go and provide them fire protection because we would be sued constitutionally based on this legislation. So that's all I got.
Well,
All right, I appreciate that, Mayor, and I agree with what you're saying. And Councilman Avery, you have every right to abstain. That's perfectly fine.
And
Let's go back. Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry.
My extension, again, is not a disagreement. If I vote yes, that means I vote completely having full understanding of this, all right? And I understand everything that's being discussed under here based on the discussion that we're having right now. I still just I'm learning of this, and so I'm choosing not to vote yes completely for it in hearing the conversation. We're just now discussing this in depth. So, and then we're acting business on it today, and so,
and you've got your right to say that. The Robert's Rules allows for the person that speaks first to speak last, so I'm going to let you speak last, and we're going to go to the vote. Clerk, will you take the vote? I mean, or have we already taken the vote?
We actually have taken a vote. I recorded a yes from everyone with the exception of an abstention from Councilman Avery.
All right.
So the motion to adopt did
pass.
pass,
All right,
did
thank
carry.
you. All right, Councilman Wilson, you got some more?
yes, sir. My next one is a resolution awarding bid number 3608 to Milam and Company LLC. The total amount of this project is $2,756,796.44. That is the budgeted amount. This is for, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the phase number. Yeah, Phase 5 of the Gadsden Sports Park, which will include a brand-new signature field, pickleball courts, additional parking, lighting, flagpoles, some common areas with fire pits and patio areas. It's quite an expansive project that continues to invest in that world-class sports park that we've developed over behind Gadsden State. So again, this will be Phase 5 of the project. And several of the contractors that have already been working on the previous phases of that project are still activated. So if there's no objection, again, this was budgeted. So this is not coming out of any sort of undesignated fund account or anything. This was budgeted in the budget. So if there's no objection, I would like to approve this bid so that project can go forward. Can we suspend the rules and consider this today, please?
Second. Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution under new business today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Mr. President, the next resolution that I have is authorizing change order number 1 on bid 3617 with Thrive Outdoor. Thrive Outdoor has performed several different contractual projects for us, and this would be in addition to their existing landscape maintenance contract for 2026 with the city. It would add $74,480 to that previous contract amount, which was $1,055,810. This $74,000 would be for a large-scale landscape development project at Twin Bridges Golf Course, just there below the clubhouse. If you've ever been out and looked out over that beautiful vista with the Coosa River in the background of the beautiful golf course, that one's extremely heavily sloped area right below the clubhouse there that's never actually been completed and landscaped, is this project would finalize that, which would really kind of put the cherry on top of that entire aesthetic renovation that has been undergoing, that Twin Bridges has been undergoing. So if there's no objections, obviously we would like to have this project get started as soon as possible so that it would be completed in the spring when the golf rounds actually start picking up and everybody's out there. So the total amount again is $74,480. If there's no objections, I'd like to suspend the rules and consider that under new business today, please.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Clerk,
Is there a
will you use
second?
this? Do we have a second? All right. That threw me off.
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Mr. President, the next one I have is exciting for me personally. It directly impacts my constituents. This is a resolution authorizing Amendment Number 5 to an agreement with Three Notch Group. This is to provide the required designs to relocate a conflicting 10-inch water main for the resurfacing and partial realignment of South 11th Street project. So the original amount of this contract was $158,338. There have been a total of 5 now, including this one, amendments to this, bringing the total to $216,994.50. That's a change of about $58,000, or roughly 33% of the project. That is not typical, but for several reasons, this is a really unique project. That last section of South 11th Street goes through some protected wetlands, and Alabama Power has easements there. The gas company, the water company, there's several different easements that we've had to tiptoe through, so it's required some change orders along the way to expand the project or to change the scope of the project. And I just want to clarify as well that this is an MPO project, which is a project that is funded partially by the State of Alabama Department of Transportation at a rate of 80-20. So the Alabama Department of Transportation pays 80%, we pay 20%. So with this $20,602 change order, again, the actual cost to the city would be approximately $4,100. And the state of Alabama would be responsible for the remaining 80% of that change order. So if there's no objections, I'd like to suspend the rules and consider this under new business as well.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
And speaking of, in the same conversation, in the same breath, this South 11th Street project, my next resolution is accepting a permanent easement from Alabama Power in that area. And what that'll allow us to do is, as we reroute that roadway coming up the hill there right in front of the natural wildlife sanctuary there, it'll allow us to continue the sidewalks, which was a major part of the South 11th Street rebuilding project that we did, that was completed a couple of years ago, where we installed sidewalks all the way essentially from right there at Tabernacle Church all the way down to the high school. Well, with this realignment of that last little section of South 11th Street as it comes up the hill and connects to Randall Street there, we will add sidewalks and complete that pedestrian sidewalk, ADA compliant sidewalk up that hill, so that after this little section is done here with this easement from Alabama Power, we will be able to say that any resident of the Flatwoods of South Gadsden can navigate from their home all the way to downtown Gadsden and never leave a sidewalk. They will be on a sidewalk the entire time they are traveling, and that includes our children going to and from school every day from downtown. Anybody in that downtown region of South 11th Street, the Chancellor Avenue area, will now have an unobstructed sidewalk to be able to walk on all the way from any part of that downtown neighborhood all the way to the high school. And that was something that was very important to me, and it was very important to the mayor when he took office, that we continue that effort. So having sat here for almost 8 years to watch this be the last section that we need to fully connect this city with walkable sidewalks from my district's perspective at least, this is a huge project. So with the graciousness of my colleagues, if you guys would be willing to suspend the rules and consider this under new business so we can put an exclamation point on this, I would appreciate it.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Thank you, all of y'all, very much. I appreciate that. The last one I have, Mr. President, is my personal pleasure and honor to present. This is a resolution that the council has actually already taken action on, but there was an error by the legal department, specifically.
There was a what?
An error by the legal department, specifically our city attorney, Lee Roberts, made an error in describing the property boundaries here. So this is not technically new action or new funding expenditures in any way. It's just us having to go back and fix the lawyer's mistakes. So I'm sure y'all all can relate to. So again, this is a resolution that
Councilman Smith,
what's that?
Who made the error?
Again, just to clarify, this was an error made by Lee Roberts, City Attorney Lee Roberts, Leeroberts, Roberts. What the actual resolution was a resolution we took action on authorizing the acquisition of some airport authority property. Again, we've already done this. All this version of the resolution does is go back and clean up some errors that were made by Lee Roberts in the description of the property lines. So if there's no opposition, I would ask my colleagues to suspend the rules and consider this under new business. And I just want to clarify, if y'all would like to have a discussion about the details of this, I think it's perfectly warranted and appropriate.
Second.
As should.
Is there a second?
We got a second, yeah.
All right,
Councilman
clerk, will you
Robinson.
take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt, yeah.
Second.
Second, all right.
We have discussion.
Clerk,
Is there any discussion? Anybody want to add any?
yeah, we need to figure out who did that, first of all. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman Wilson.
I'm sure you're not the only one that's thankful.
Thankful. That's the least thankful.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Manatra, I believe you have one that's partially in your district.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. This is a resolution that is a grant application for the city of Gadsden, and it is in conjunction with, or funding through, the Alabama Department of Transportation, or ALDOT's Rebuild Alabama Act, and it is an annual grant program. This would give the city, the need that we have is roadway improvements that start from North 12th Street at Forest Avenue and travel Forest Avenue all the way down to Vandale Boulevard, which is at the intersection at the old steel plant property. So if there's no objections, I'd like to ask my colleagues to suspend the rules and let us take this grant application up to date.
Second.
All right, Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution today under new business, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Second.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
All right, that concludes our new business. We'll move to item 13. It's for department reports, committees, and boards.
Mr. President,
We have any departments or boards today, Mayor? No. Anybody?
we think we might have skipped one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. The EE group? Yeah.
Did I miss that?
I think I must have missed it. I don't.
It was still it was the phase fives. There were two of those for phase five.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This was
okay.
the electrical work for the new pickleball courts.
You want to bring it
Let's
up?
do that real quick, yeah.
you need the,
So Councilman Wilson made a mistake.
that is right. And he had to go on he told me earlier he had a business thing at,
Councilman Wilson, District 5 made this mistake. He didn't, well, he had 32 of them, so we'll give him some slack.
yeah, is your mic on, Councilman?
Now it is.
Is it? Okay.
I did not. Councilman Wilson, District 5 made that quick mistake, but he did have 35 resolutions he had to do. This is from the Legal Department, 0071, requested by the Engineering Department. It's a resolution authorizing supplemental agreement with the EE Group Incorporated. It's budgeted for $13,000. This is just basically what Councilman Wilson brought up earlier about the pickleball courts and everything over there at the Phase 5, but this is just the electrical specifications required to install the new electrical services. So with the approval of my colleagues, I'd like to bring this up today. It's been the rules.
All right, clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to consider the resolution under new business today, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent has been granted.
Move to adopt.
Clerk, will you take the vote?
Those in favor to adopt the resolution, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries to adopt.
Now
Thank you.
now we can get the electrical over there.
That's
Get the
right,
light-
we
get the
gotta have
lighting up.
electricity,
Yes,
don't we?
yes. Can't just build it and not have anything.
Got to have the squirrels,
That's right.
hamsters going through the
That's
little
right.
round thing to keep the wheel turning to. Thank y'all for bringing that up.
He was so
I
concerned with that
my
Lee
attention.
Roberts mistake, I think he just got a little ahead
excited.
of himself.
All right, now we are through with new business. We have department reports, committees, boards, nothing from there. I will ask, I've seen a lot of questions about dumpster day. Do we have a date for dumpster day?
We
yet?
have not rescheduled that
Not
yet.
rescheduled, okay.
We couldn't reschedule this coming weekend due to the chili cook-off, and it's the same people that
Oh,
work, so
yeah.
we're having a workaround.
Okay, I just
But
wanted
it's
to make
coming
sure.
soon.
You know, I've been sitting at Grandview Hospital for 9 days, and all I do is look at my phone. So I'm like, if you want to know anything about anything, I by God know it. Okay, so just I'm like Google. I mean, we don't sleep, so it's just like, so it's 24 hours a day just reading. So anyway. Okay, no reports, so we'll go to item 14, which is remarks by mayor and council. Mayor
And
Ford?
so since you brought it up, Mr. President, want to let you know, everybody's been praying for Kim, your wife.
Thank you.
She had a procedure. She's doing better, and I'll let you elaborate more on that since it's your
Sure.
wife.
Well, I appreciate
But prayers are with her. Want to say a successful mayor's ball we had. I want to thank Deborah Hawkins, Scott Elkins, and John Moore. They did an excellent job. Great band, great fun. Good to see a lot of people. As I said before, that's my favorite event of the year. Holidays are over. Everything's put up. And you can let your hair down in January, so I like it. But it's a lot of fun. There is a Lantern Festival at the Falls. It's February 13th through April the 5th. It's going to be Friday to Sundays from 5 to 10 p.m. Just to let everybody know what that is, that's something that they come in. We have the facility. We have to pay nothing. We get 50% of the proceeds, and they set it all up, and et cetera. It's a great event. So kudos to John and Brandon for recruiting this. It's going to be a great event. Had a lot of interest in this. So right after the Christmas lights, the fall staff went into taking everything down, storing them, and now Lantern Festival. So y'all just think of the work that they do and the economic impact that brings to Gadsden and the amount of tourists that will come into our area. The chili cook-off is this Saturday. I believe it starts at 12, if I'm mistaken. Somebody correct me, but it's from 12 to 2. It's a fun event. The weather's supposed to be beautiful, mid-50s, sunny. And then our first ever Mardi Gras parade. And we've already gotten 60 entries, which will begin at 4 p.m. And then everybody will go to Blackstone. No, I'm just kidding. But it'll be a great event for the Mardi Gras parade, and good for our vendors downtown after that. So we're excited about that. A lot of fun. State of the City address is February 17th at 6 p.m. at the venue. Please don't miss that. We'll be putting out a lot of new information that we're still working on right now, but it'll be something you won't want to miss. I want to introduce Jackson Garmany. He's our new intern from JSU. Welcome him. I want to thank him for helping us out. So now more on a serious note. In Councilman Avery's district, District 3, it was brought to our attention through Coosa Bend Apartments that they are a HUD subsidized facility. The gentleman that owns it is named let's see, his name is Adam Castleberry. The apartments has an LLC in Los Angeles, California. So it was brought to our attention of these living conditions from Reggie at Fox 6, and we want to thank him for doing the story, and I think Councilman Avery brought it to his attention. And that was a very welcoming sight. We didn't know anything about it. We can't inspect on a regular basis these HUD facilities. So when we found out the living conditions of these individuals, it aggravated us. And so I decided to go see for myself. I implemented the building commission, our committee, Brian Greer and Jan Henson, to go over there and inspect them. When we found out how bad they were, we got a phone call from the owner saying we had no jurisdiction to go into there and inspect them since they were HUD subsidized. They had their own inspections. I disagreed with them, just to say it kindly, and I went ahead and started condemning the residents in that facility. So whether I'm right or wrong, regardless, I think I'm right, but it allowed the owner to come in, and now they're actually doing a lot of work. If you'll go by there today, last Friday, and yesterday, there's a lot of vendors out there fixing places. There were people living with no heat. A lady was using her stove to heat her residence. I can't get into how bad they are. You can Google the Fox 6 interview and see how bad they were, but it's inhumane. Want to tell the residents, if they're HUD subsidized, it's difficult for us to get involved, but you have to let us know. A lot of the residents face fear and don't want to let anybody know because they don't know where they're going to go if they get kicked out. So we want to thank our Greater Gadsden Housing Authority, I see them here today, for helping us because they're full. They got a waiting list, but there's an emergency list. We want to thank the Catholic Center of Concern. We were able to work through them to help relocate some of the residents and give them vouchers through our mayor's discretionary account to help these individuals have a hotel to live in. And then hopefully if they have to have a permanent resident, we send them to Greater Gadsden Housing Authority. But hopefully the owner will take notice of that we're serious about if you want to do business in our city, you're going to provide these people a safe place to live, basically what the federal government's paying you for. So that's just the way I feel about it. I'm not going to back up from that. I got a little aggravated in the interview. You're welcome to watch it, but it's not right for these people to have to live in those conditions, and hopefully it'll be fixed. There are other facilities in Gadsden that we're going to go look at also now that we've been made aware of that are all over the city. There's some in the county, but we don't have jurisdiction over those. But we're going to make sure that these people are having what they were promised. So, Mr. President, that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ford. And we'll go to District 1, Councilwoman Latham.
Thank you, President Beck. I want to start just quickly to say the mayor's ball was phenomenal. Had a wonderful time just being there and doing a little dancing and all with my colleagues. I always have a good time hanging out with my colleagues, with the other council persons. It was very nice, and really when you think about where it started and where it is now, it is just a major and phenomenal event. So kudos to Mr. Moore and those that were a part of that team. I want to say thank you to the mayor and to all of those entities that stepped in, Councilman Avery that stepped in, and really because immediately when the story broke, the phone calls started coming in and all, and so I think the response to that was exceptional, and any of those, and I think that's why we have to be careful kind of how people go live and start to say things when they really don't know the work that's going in. Basically from the mayor and from the councilman from that area. And the response that I got was positive after hearing both of you respond and the things that you were doing to better that situation. So thank you for that. This month is Black History Month, and I want to make an announcement and kind of take privilege to kind of emphasize what the Gadsden Public Library is celebrating Black History Month by presenting unique perspectives for challenging times. They have a wonderful lineup. They have Dr. Malcolm Cameron, and I'm taking privilege there because that's my cousin. He will be here on Thursday, February the 5th, and he will present a commentary highlighting the history of the Congress of Racial Equality from 1955 to 1965. And then on Thursday, February the 12th, Mr. Fred Zachary will be presenting, and I guess I can say more about what he will present on next week. And then on the 19th, Thursday, February the 19th, Miss Teresa Beverly will be the presenter on February the 19th. And then on Saturday, February the 28th, they have a soul food contest from 10:30 to 1:30. Again, this is at the Gadsden Public Library. It is from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Lena Martin Room. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Smith?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is another good day of government. We are praying for Ms. Kim to continue to get better. Just want to welcome, Jackson Garmany to the team, as well as the young lady who was present today from Senator Britt's office. I'm just excited about what all is going on in our city right now. We know that great things are still to come. I want to give a big shout out to the committee for the Mayor's Ball. I don't know who all was on that committee, but everything was fantastic. The mayor was out of his jacket, y'all, after one dance. I couldn't even recognize him when I saw him. I'm going to leave it at that. But anyway, everything was amazing. Just wanted to say shout out to you all. I know it takes a lot to put that together. I was so refreshing as well to see local restaurants, two of my favorite, actually, Olive Garden and Longhorns, and people you know, faces you recognize, serving food. They were excited to be a part of that. So whoever thought of that, thank you as well. Really enjoyed that. And just want to thank you, Mayor, for stepping in with the situation in District 3. I said this before, I want to say it again, we are city council persons. We're city council persons first. I think all of us up here share the same concern when something is going on in another district. Then we represent certain districts. So thank you for stepping in. And sometimes you got to have a little righteous indignation in some situations. So nobody should be living in those conditions. And as well as Councilman Avery as well. Thank you. You mentioned that to me a while back about those apartments, but you can't see that from the outside unless you get inside. So anyway, we just want to thank everybody for these last 3.5, actually 4th year now of being in office. And I don't know about the rest of the council. I'm looking forward to what else God has in store. Thank you, Mayor Ford. Thank you to the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Smith. Councilman Avery?
Mr. President, want to make a correction here that something that the mayor said, just to correct it here. I did not break the news to the news station, but a resident did. And that resident, there have been a little 50-50 there. So with, nice gestures and not so nice gestures. But had not that resident made it, for all of those that had said that they've lived there for years and this has been a mess, we've already addressed it, so I want to continue to address it. But I will say thank you to that resident for stepping up and doing so, because this has brought, hopefully, a solution to the problem, somewhat of a solution to the problem. I had opportunity to speak to the owner on several occasions, and for me, I think they've run their course and they've finished their race, and they need to be gone. But nevertheless, however, at this moment, we have tenants that need their problem solved for a problem that they did not create. So I'll say very little on that for right now and let that be. But I appreciate all those parties that played a part in doing so, in making sure that that the tenants are taken care of, because nevertheless the tenants are citizens of Gadsden, so they are our responsibility in that capacity. But let's just see how this progress continues. And again, thanks to all in their part that they have played. I want to also appreciate, on that note, Greater Gadsden Housing Authority, as the mayor said, the Catholic Center, former Councilman Thomas Worthy, and all of those other entities that have called and said whatever we can do to help. Two Carter's Fish, I think that will be going up there and feeding those residents as well. All of those entities that's playing a part in putting funds together to help those residents in their temporary transition or whatever that's going to look like. So we're trying, and I appreciate community stepping up. I also want to congratulate Dr. Timothy Madden on his 40 years with the City of Gadsden retirement that has happened officially. And so, congratulations to him, and now he gets an opportunity to live out the fruit of his labor. As it has been stated, it is Black History Month. I am a believer that Black history is American history. And so if you check out my page, I will post every day a member of our community here in the city of Gadsden. Gadsden has a great history. We don't have to bring Dr. King in the mix as a native or who is not a native, but who has been here. We don't have to bring a lot of outsiders, but we can start right here to remember a lot of our legacy members of our community that have paid a huge way for many members of this community, but also that have done great works. Today I recognize Dr. Gertie Lowe. And I want to say that Dr. Lowe realized that educating children does not entail the absence of fun, but rather the presence of fun could serve as a motivation for students to strive for academic success. Lowe channeled this philosophy into a program she pioneered herself in 2001 at 70 years of age, which was the Summer Enrichment Program. And so today, in her absence from us presently, but forever in our hearts, Dr. Gertie Lowe, you get my mad respect for the Black history mark that you have let in the city of Gadsden. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Avery. Appreciate that. Councilwoman Minota.
I just also want to highlight that the month of February is Heart Month, and this Friday is Go Red Day, and that is to raise awareness for the #1 killer of women, which is a heart attack. So heart attack and heart disease. So support for women on Friday. Wear red. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Councilman Robinson.
I'll say a few things, but, half the room's done left out, and half the staff's already left out. This is what you get when you're in District 7. You get to go last. But it's all been said. I appreciate everybody. I'll not repeat everything. Everybody had some closing remarks. I do want to say the Mayor's Ball was excellent. I was there. I went there half the time, then I also I went to the Big Brothers Big Sister event on Broad Street, and it was really neat to see two events thriving like that at the same time in Gadsden. That was really cool to see. I'm looking forward to the Lantern Festival at Knoxville Falls. That's coming up. I think it does start February 13th. That's next weekend. It goes for a week or 2 weeks. I'm not certain. I'll get those dates. They might have said just a week, but looking forward to that. It's going to be a really cool event up there. Chili Cook-Off for downtown is this Saturday, like was said earlier, but I will state it's a great time for downtown Gadsden economically wise. I look back on my numbers. I have a business downtown. Look back on my numbers from the last 2 years. Normally, the pub crawl in March and the chili cook-off in February are usually the two largest days for me and for all the other. So it brings a lot downtown. A lot of people stick around downtown. Starts early and does well. And just for what we've done today and what we're doing this start of this short year already. I mean, a lot of positive steps are going on. I'm looking forward to seeing everything come to fruition and. Like I say, Mr. Councilman Smith, looking forward to this last year and us turning the curve and getting it done again. Appreciate it. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much.
And prayers to your wife also.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, well, we're about to wrap it up. I want to recognize Greg and Scott from the Greater Gadsden Housing Authority. These guys are part of the unsung hero network that makes our city vibrant and keeps it going. Thank y'all for what y'all do day in and day out, but thank you for your response to Mayor Ford's request for help in concern with the apartments that he was talking about. Thank y'all very much for doing that. Also want to give the Gadsden Waterworks and Sewer Board is just another entity that is kind of an unsung hero. A couple of weeks ago, middle of the night, Rainbow Drive and Country Club Drive had a water main break. It was cold. It was in the 20s. Those guys are out there, getting wet, digging a big hole in the middle of Rainbow Drive and Country Club Drive, and they get it fixed. And everybody can take a shower that morning and go to work. Excuse me, work and school. And just want to let them know how much they're appreciated. Then just a day or so ago, they're over at Gadsden Regional Medical Center, and there was a big water main break. And, you can't run a hospital without water. You can't do surgeries. You can't do anything. So very critical. And there they were, same type thing, digging a big hole, jumping down in there. There's pictures on social media. And then they just fix that hole up and go back to the shop like nothing happened. Those are some heroes, y'all. Those guys do a yeoman's work for our city all the time, and so I just want to recognize that. Councilman Robinson and I serve on the Gadsden Waterworks and Sewer Board, so we know firsthand what they do and how it's going. And the other thing that I want to point out is that a lot of times you'll see posts on social media, it'll be the City of Gadsden's Water Department. That's not the case. The Gadsden Waterworks and Sewer Board is a separate entity from the City of Gadsden. So the water board does not belong to the City of Gadsden. We don't control it as we would control Parks and Rec or Public Works. It's its own organization. Chad Hare, who used to be the city engineer here, is the general manager of the Gadsden Waterworks and Sewer Board. We have our own board, and again, Councilman Robinson and I serve on that board. It's 7 board members one from each district of the city of Gadsden. So the city is involved in a roundabout way, but it is its own separate entity. And that was used to be part of the city, but it was found out to get bonds and to get things like that and warrants to grow the water works and to grow the city, those two entities needed to separate. It was better financially for that to happen. And that's what happened, I believe, in the 80s. Is that right? Do you remember? It's been some time ago, 40 plus years ago. My predecessor, Bob Eccles, served as the chairman of that board from the very first day until the day he passed away and went to heaven. And so that was 40-something years. But just want to thank them for what they do. They are on call 24/7, just like our police department and fire department. We could not do without them. Also want to make mention and give a congratulations to the Gadsden City High School and Gadsden Middle School Quiz Bowl teams. They recently competed in the state tournament in Huntsville, and Gadsden City High School won first place. Gadsden Middle School won second place. And so it was, they have been real successful in those endeavors for the last, I don't know how many years. So we're going to invite them to come here and come up and tell us about it and show us the trophy. I saw the trophy. It's the replica of a spaceship, and it's about 3 feet tall. It's really neat, but very proud of those students. They put in a lot of work to do that. Our daughter was on the Quiz Bowl team in middle school, and they practiced just like football, band, basketball, everybody else. They really work at their craft, and they're very intelligent young people that work very hard, and they represent our city. I mean, everybody from all over the state, Mountain Brook, all the people we think of that have, real smart school systems, and they do, and we beat them regularly every time in the Quiz Bowl tournaments. I just like that. I'm still at my old age. I'm still competitive, and I like to beat people, and so we're beating them, right? So way to go, Gadsden City High School and Gadsden Middle School. The HUD apartments, we all followed that recently, and just tragic. And I have a friend that private messaged me that lives close by there. And he and I were talking about it, and the mayor's response was just right on. As you could tell, he's not going to put up with people coming from Los Angeles or anywhere else, Birmingham, and taking advantage of our citizens. There are some constraints that the city of Gadsden will fall under because these are funded by HUD and it involves the federal government, and I don't think this council is going to put up with it. We're not going to let people come into our city and take advantage of our citizens. You either do right or we're going to make sure that you do right, or you can be gone. And somehow we'll make that happen. Lee Roberts is our attorney. We'll just sick him on them, but we're not going to put up with this. Everybody deserves to have a decent place to live. They're paying money, and they're being taken advantage of. And by golly, we're not going to stand for it. Okay, so mess around and find out. There's an acronym. There's an acronym for that somewhere, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Mess around and find out. I know Mayor Ford is not going to put up with it. Kent Back's not going to put up with it. You either do right or we can go outside. So how about that? 67-year-old Kent Back calling them out. What about that, huh? It's what 9 days and no sleep will do for you. Start speaking the truth. Speaking of 9 days and no sleep, my wife, thank y'all for the prayers and support. Kim had a double surgery 2 Mondays ago, a hernia and a colon resection. She's doing much better, and she's not home yet. So when I get through here, I'll go back down there and we'll hang out. But she's getting better every day. Some people's colons wake up quicker than others, and hers is kind of taking its own sweet time. So we're praying, and God's been good to us, and so we'll get there and we'll get home soon. But thank y'all for your prayers and your concerns. We missed the mayor's ball. I hated that. I had my leisure suit all pressed and laid out. I was going to look really good, and then I didn't get to dance or nothing. So it was just what a shame. Next year. Kind of a blessing for everybody that was there, but what a shame for me. So it's I also want to echo Councilman Avery, who had to step out, but I've been noticing on his Facebook page he is highlighting a local Gadsden citizen in Black History Month. And some of them I know about, and then some of them I knew personally, like Miss Gertie Lowe. She was a wonderful, wonderful lady and did so much for so many people. But it's interesting to see who he's going to bring up every day. Gadsden is just rich with citizens that some of them lived here and lived out their life, and some went on and did great things. I don't want to steal any of his thunder, but I think we're all going to learn of some wonderful history that was birthed right here in Gadsden, and people went on to do really, really great things. So very proud of him for doing that, and glad to see that happen, for him to share that information. So I think that will wrap up my comments. We do have, is it grass lien or nuisance and abatement?
It's nuisance and abatement cases.
If you really want to have some more fun, come back at 1:30. We're going to have our monthly nuisance and abatement hearings. If you thought this was fun, you haven't seen anything. So come and join us at 1:30 here in the council chambers. And if there's nobody else has anything left to say, we shall be adjourned. You got one more? Right, okay. Thank you.